irrespective of your time zone, no matter where you are, I'm just going to say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone. Thank you for listening to this podcast. If this is your first time, I hope you stay put and listen to my life, because in this podcast I'm basically going to talk about my life and my experience within the last few days. So I think the title will be In Between Spaces. Oh, that's the name of our podcast. I think the title will be Experiences in Your 20s, because I've had a bit of chaotic but productive last few days. Okay, so let's begin. The journey started on Sunday. Yeah, as at Friday, I was just saying I can't wait for this weekend. I'm looking forward to it. I want to rest, I want to sleep. But you guys, that sleep was only for Saturday. Although I rested really well on Saturday, slept, had some conversation with my friends. Sunday morning. So if there's nothing about me, I don't wake up early during the weekend. So even for Sunday, that my service is maybe 7 a.m. For a 7 a.m. service, I can wake up by 6:30. That's it. So wake up by 6:30. That's why I'm always few minutes late to church, and yeah, that's not nice. But then that Sunday morning, I woke up by past 5, like few minutes past 5, like 5:07. I'm like, why am I awake this early? I couldn't sleep back. I decided to pray. So I prayed, and then I was on my way to go and take my devotion and my Bible to read, and then a part of me just kept saying, blessed to watch the boot camp recording. And yes, I'm not a member of CCI. The boot camp I watched on Sunday was my first time streaming their service. I don't stream their service, but I know some people that do, right? And then they kept talking about this reboot camp. Even a colleague at the office kept saying it, and I'm like, would be nice, but I think I want to take my own time and listen to myself this end of the year and know exactly what I want. You get? I mean, yeah, we need to pray, but we also need to act. So in my head, I'm like, I feel like I've been praying, so maybe let me take some time and actually listen to myself, and what are the things I wanted to achieve this year I wasn't able to achieve? What are the things I wanted to achieve this year that I achieved? What are some new things I think I learned during my experience this year that I want to improve on next year? What are some ways I want to be a better daughter, a better friend, a better me? Like, how do I want to love myself more? So these were some of the things that went through my head, and that's why I did not watch the reboot camp. And in my head, I'm like, okay, I'm looking forward to a Leah challenge beginning of next year. I'm looking forward to wine press. I mean, let a girl. I don't even know if I'm making sense right now, but bottom line, I didn't watch the reboot camp when it was streaming. So that Sunday morning, I felt really urged to watch reboot camp, and I went on Missile, right? And then I kept searching for the recording. I think they didn't put it on Missile. What I was seeing is their last recording on 10th December or so. So I now had to go on YouTube and search Reboot Camp 2023. And I saw it. So I started with day 2. My plan was just to, in my head, I'm like, okay, maybe this thing that sent me to stream it is just to stream it the Nathaniel Bassey side. But then I started from day 2. I was now listening to the ministration. I'm like, okay, after administration, maybe I can now go to the day 2 and go and listen to Nathaniel Bassey. But after the ministration, guy, Dunsin came with fire for that program. Like, when they say there is no distance in the realm of the spirit, there was literally none. I had an encounter. Let's leave it that way. Like, my eyes were opened. And Pastor Aaron too, he teaches really well. I love how he broke down the word. I love how he was a bit inclusive, and I like that. Yep, but I had a good time. So after watching the day 2, I went over to watch the day 3, and by that time it was almost time for me to go to service. I'm like, okay, you know what, maybe let's just watch the service today and not go for physical service. Do you get? And then so I watched day 2 and the day 3, prayed seriously, guys, prayed, worshipped. I felt like I know I can pray 2 hours and all of that, but then that was like you're praying with brethren. Yes, that's the experience. That was like you are having this very long prayer session and you're having it with brethren. The atmosphere was so good. I was so happy when I was done. I'm like, not when I was done sharp, but when I was praying, I think I support that. I was like, thank you, Jesus. Like, I feel like I know why you wanted to take me through this session. You really wanted me to immerse myself in it. So yeah, guys, that was my Sunday morning before the chaos started. Let me tell you guys that it was bad. When I was telling my friend, I'm like, for someone that prayed so much about direction in the last few weeks, and I've prayed so much about it this morning, my day was crazy. So when I got off the prayer, I think I finished around 11:07 or so. So by 11:20, I called my auntie I was going to see. Yeah, I had an appointment. I was going to see my auntie that weekend. So as she had already sent me the address, she was like, Amaka, not my old house, so I've left there. I moved. So this is the address. She sent me the address. So I now called her. I was like, auntie, I'm about coming. She was like, sis, you are just leaving the house now. Sorry, that I'm about coming. So the girl in me that is not always very serious. I mean, her old house was in Yaba. Tell me why I went to Yaba to go and tell me why I had to go to Yaba first. Tell me why I had to assume that this new place is still in Yaba. Okay, so a day before, I was supposed to go out, and then I put my location on map. The price was outrageous. It was a lot. So that was part of the reason why I didn't let her go out that Saturday. So that Sunday, in my head, I'm like, please, I'm not about to check any Uber or ride. I just dressed up and told myself I'm going to do public transport. So I went out to my junction, entered public transport, going directly to Yaba. And then I reached Yaba. No, I was almost at Yaba. So in my plan was, when I get off, I'll now put her location on map. So I was almost at Yaba, and I put the location inside the car. And Yaba is showing as a Kate. I say, Kini, what is going on? So I called my aunt, and then she was like, I'm like, auntie, is this location, is he in a Kate? Showing me a Kate. She said yes, now it's a Kate. That's why I sent you the address. Just put the address on the map or put it in Uber. It will bring you directly. I said, auntie, I'm doing public transport. She said, oh yeah, no problem, but it's in a Kate. I said, auntie, I go to Yaba. I wanted to reach Yaba and then start finding the way. She was like, why did you have to do that? She told me that she has moved. Well, daughter of Zion hung up. The problem is, I didn't even hang up and I didn't even confirm. Okay, firstly, I didn't know there are 2 Ekates in this Lagos. Life of a girl in her 20s living in Lagos. So I didn't know there were 2 Ekate. So when I got off the car, I'm like, that means I'm going to do another public transport again to Lekki. God, I beg, how am I going to do this thing? So I now ask question. One thing about me, I know some people say it's very risky, but in this Lagos, I ask question because if I'm in public transport, let me not get lost. So I decided to ask question, and then they were like, okay, sister, you made mistake. So from here, what you will do is enter car going to Obalende. Enter car going to Obalende. So I know now when I reach Obalende, I know how I can figure my way to Ekate. So I just entered car going to Obalende. You can imagine that transport, spending from my junction to Yaba, then from Yaba to Obalende. Got off at Obalende, entered another one going to Ekate. Okay, I hate to break it to you, but this was not the end of this chaos. So I entered the car and then we just kept going. At some point I'm like, okay, let me just put this address on the map again, or let me be sure I'm moving towards the right direction. We've gone far with traffic and everything. I thought on Sundays there don't used to be that much traffic, but guy, the island has traffic on Sundays. It was crazy. So when we kept moving, after I put it on the map, I'll be noticing 60 minutes away from your location. That was what it was showing me from Obalende. Like when we start moving, the car just started moving. 60 minutes away, next thing 20 minutes away, next thing 24 minutes away, 30 minutes away. I'm like, it looks like I'm going to the wrong direction. You guys, we've passed Lekki 1. We've gone far. Right? And then I'm like, God, I'm going to the wrong direction. And I said, let me calm down. But before I came down, I said, let me call my auntie and confirm. And I called her back. Auntie, again, I'm so sorry, but I really stressed her. I called her back. I was like, Auntie, Ekate is close to Lekki. Abi, she was like, oh my God, this girl is stressing me. What are you going to look for in Lekki? What are you going to look for in Lekki? Ekate that I sent you to Ikate that I sent you to is in Surulere. Okay, so you guys, I'm sorry, but I have to get to work, so I'll continue this episode later in the evening.